as soon as this Android 21 was released, I knew I had to rainbow her. Not only is she, my waifu, Android 21, she is also a free-to-play unit. Usually I don't rainbow free-to-play units, but she is actually a very, very good support type unit for the Android category team. The Android category team, which I consider one of the best teams in the game, definitely a top tier team. So I decided I would go ahead and 100% her because, I've actually rainbowed a lot of the Dokkan Fest exclusives in the game at this point. So I'm probably going to be 100%ing like units that I will use on teams, even if they be support type units and stuff like that moving forward. I probably will go ahead and rainbow them. An example of this would probably be like God of Destruction Topo. I probably will rainbow him because, I would frequently use him on the Realm of Gods team or the Universal Survival Arc team, especially when LR Goku and Frieza come out. God of Destruction Topo will be fantastic there. So, Android 21, even though she's a free-to-play unit, had to put the Rainbow Star on her. Let's go ahead and test out this Android team with my bae, Rainbow. Alright guys, so one good thing about rainbowing the INT, free-to-play good Android 21 here, is it is another excuse for me to run one of my favorite teams in the game, the Android category team. 21, there's not the most to talk about with her, right? Like, she is on two categories, the Android team and the Peppy Gals team. Because there's so few, I don't know. I don't really want to use the term good, but I guess I'll use the term good. There's so few good, Peppy Gal category units. I figured, why not go ahead and rainbow 21? She'll be a Peppy Gal rainbow unit there. Plus, of course, she is very useful on the Android category team, too. With her healing, you really can run a full healing Android category team. You could do the SCR-21 as your leader, and you could bring, a double SCR-21 leader, and then, boom, you'll have a full rainbow, you could have a full Android rainbow, healing team. It's crazy. All these fuckers heal. LR Cell heals. Tech Cell heals. SCR-21 heals. INT-21 heals. They all heal across the board. So it's very useful, I think, to maximize Android 21's stats. And here's the thing. Support units are incredibly good. They really bring a lot out of the other units on a category. But the one thing about them is they will get crushed in turn unless you put potential orbs in them. Because a lot of times, they're weaker units anyway. It looks like she was just shy of 500k attack stat, by the way. But on top of, 1.4, that's pretty high. That's not bad right there from 21, okay. Again, a lot of that is thanks to the INT 21 though. Ooh, and then 1.9 from 17. This Android category is not bad. Listen, I will maintain the Android category team is hella solid. And then see, we get to this right here. This is what is known as the death rotation right here, where the two cells and then 21, or not 21, but 17, MVP 17 together. It's done. LR Cell, of course, on his 12-key super, he does heal, and he's an AoE unit, and then on his 18-key super, it's just, ridiculously super high damage. But these two cells together are just nutso, absolutely insane. They really did, Cell, for a while, had become a unit where wasn't really much going on for him. And then they actually really dramatically changed that in a short period of time by giving him his EZA. They released a GT Cell, who's pretty good. They released a World Tournament Reward Cell, who's pretty good. And then, of course, we also got LR Cell. The only real negative is that Cell did not make it onto the Future category. But it's almost because, the Future category team, what they decided to do with that is it's kind of like the Goku Black arc and then the History of Trunks movie, sort of. Well, TV special, you guys get what I'm saying. That's basically what the Future category is. Then they just added, like, Super Trunks in there, too. I guess because maybe you could make the case that Trunks was fighting First Form Cell in his Super Trunks form, like when he fought him after returning from the past, but that also begged the question why First Form Cell is not in the category. And then, you know, that shit just spirals out of control. I still do think, for sure, the LR androids should have been on the category. And I do think it's pretty safe to say that the Cell cards also should have been on that future category. I think that's one thing that does hurt. So here's, of course, you know, probably my favorite 18-key super in the game, because then we get to play the Dragon Ball Fighters. Ah! the scream. That's still my favorite. Oh, I love that so much. When Fighters was at EVO, and then, like, you know, the character introductions, like Cell would power up and stuff, and the crowd would do it at the same time. That shit was so cool. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I want 21 to get peppered by Evolution Blue Vegeta a little bit here, because I'd like to see how much she'll be able to tank, right? 18 will be able to tank beautifully. She's got type advantage. Plus, we got her a lot of orbs. Blue Vegeta hits very, very hard in this stage. And he also does greatly lower defense, I believe, on his super attack. So even the best defensive units can get cut down by Blue Vegeta if he supers first and then starts doing a bunch of normal attacks. 21, by the way, she supers. She heals on super. Okay, so only 10k. That's good. That's very, very good by 21 that she's only taken 10k. But if she gets an additional, she's healing twice. So that is something that's pretty good. She'll be giving you a 7% clip on both of her super attacks, which is pretty useful. And then here's where Blue Vegeta does super attack. We'll be able to confirm for sure here. And yeah, he does lower defense. And then, oh, but 18, she still does not give a fuck. Alright, so at this point, ooh, you know what? Let's have Tech Cell get busy a little bit right here. So we'll have him do that. We'll just give LR Cell that right there. And yeah, without 17 on rotation, we were not able to get the 18-key super with Cell. That could be a bit of an issue at times. I was going to say, if only the Android category team would be very interesting. Well, no, actually, I guess you could run both physical 17s as floaters, plus the Android 21 as a floater. So you would have a support type unit, essentially, in the floating spot every single turn. Alright, so let's take a look at our girl 21 here. Very strong support type unit. Thanks to her, again, you can run a pretty interesting sort of team formation where you could have both of the physical 17s as floaters and this 21 as a floater set. All of the main rotation units can be overflowing with ki. The Android team really could support 1, 2, or 3 more LRs. Like, I feel like it links very well, and Physical 17 is one of the better leader cards for any category. Him giving that 3 ki the way he does, plus all the other things he does, such as lowering attack and defense, reducing damage, solid links. 17 is just fantastic, and he is a monster reason why I love this category so much and why it's just so good. But moving on to 21, this is Conflicted Mind Android 21 transformed good, because of course this is the good version of Android 21. You could tell because what happens is when she's kind of like in the evil form, her eyes are kind of like black and red, like Super Boo. And then when she's, you know, basically the good version has just like normal, like, you know, eyes like Android 18 or something like that. So her leader skill is Android category Ki 2, HP attack and defense 50%. So pretty good for a free-to-play card. Her super attack is the excellent full course, which does supreme damage and recovers 7% HP. The 7% HP is, of course, very helpful because that will basically allow you to stack that healing with all the other Android category units that heal. LR Cell, SCR 21, you know, there's the GT Cell, Tech Cell. You know, you just have so many healing units that all of it comes together and just makes this team immortal. It's crazy. Her passive skill, Second Chance, is Android category allies key 2 and attack and defense 30%. So she's a very good support type unit for the category. In particular, she's going to make the Cell rotation just absolutely disgusting, especially LR Cell. I would say LR Cell, he might be a bit underrated, because really the only place to use him right now is the Android category team. I feel like, you know, the Android category team got quickly washed away by the hype of the 250 million download celebration. But at a time, people are going to realize how crazy it is. It's like the movie boss category team, in which the leader card is just so damn good and so perfect for building the team around them that it's just going to be a fun team, and any units that come out on that category are just going to look so good on that category. So 21, her links are Brainiacs, Metamorphosis, Android Assault, Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed, Battlefield Diva, and Shattering Limit. So her links are fine. I mean, I wish she had Fierce Battle instead of Shattering Limit, but that's about it. I also really do wish they do something about Android Assault. It's only a defense plus 1000 link, which is just so weird at this point. Especially, so many of these category units on the Android team have Android Assault, so you'd be able to activate it all the time. I just wish it was something like attack 5% and defense 5% would be just so much better than what it is right now. Like, they got to update that. There's a few links in the game that need to be updated. Remember, they did update links a while back, and I'd like to see them do that again. Her 12k multiplier is 140%, which is fine for a free-to-play card. And then, of course, she is on 2 categories. She's on the Android category team, as well as the Peppy Gals category team. She probably could help you out in the Peppy Gal category team Super Battle Road stage, because she does heal. Now, in particular, the category buff, like, she only buffs Android category units, but Tech Android 18 is one of the best Peppy Gals unit. Really, I would say it's between her and Kefla, and 18 are very similar. I would say Kefla is slightly better. Not once you bring in Kefla's leader skill, she becomes, I think, reasonably better than Android 18. But take their leader skills out of it, and 18 and Kefla are pretty close. But I'd say Kefla is still a little better with her passive. But 21 will be able to massively buff that Tech 18 for that Super Battle Road stage. And then, if you do want to use future Android 18, the AGL one, she also could be a very strong unit on that category Super Battle Road stage, because the AGL future Android 18 is a very solid unit. So she can work on the Peppy Gals team. You know, any units that can help for these categories Super Battle Road stages are definitely a good thing. But there we go, guys. There is Android 21 good. Definitely had to rainbow her, had to put the respect on the waifu. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.